in the sense that the President and I met once during the campaign. And I had one telephone call from him, both in August.
Both when?
In August of last year, in which he said that he was aware of the fact that I was receiving considerable punishment in the press for not answering all their questions at the time. He said that he appreciated the sacrifice I was making in that respect. The matter would be over eventually, and he hoped that I could continue to take it. It was a pep talk, in other words, and that was the substance of the discussion over the telephone. Now, in the subsequent meeting, about 10 days later, in his office in the Executive Office building, I talked about some of the problems of fundraising with him, the impending nationwide dinner, which was going to take place in September, at which he was going to participate, and matters of that type. But there was no discussion of the Watergate, of cover-up, or any subject of that type with the President.
Do you know from any information from anybody else whether the President of the United States had any knowledge of Watergate or the cover-up?
I have absolutely no such information. It was evident that we were in a situation in which the campaign committee was calling all the signals, was making all the commitments. We really had nothing to say about it. And it was one, as I said, of total frustration with the whole situation. I threw up my hands, and I say that literally, and I think Mr. Sloan quoted that yesterday, that we were just not going to have any influence in this situation. The remark I made, and I can't quote it precisely, was something to the effect that I don't know what's going on in this campaign, and I don't think you ought to try to know. We were the cashiers. We received the money. We paid the bills. They had the responsibility for everything they did. If they did it right, they got the credit. If they did it wrong, they got the blame. And it didn't seem that it was incumbent upon us to question the propriety of any payment, whether it was to Mr. Liddy or to anybody else, and we didn't.